Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI 4 and our United States versus the Communist World Let's Play. Alright, so let's go ahead and just jump into today's episode Let's Play. Remember, we're trying to get some war going this one, in episode 4 here. I was expecting the war would probably start in episode 5, but because of the Mexico situation, we might be able to get it started this episode. We should probably move some of these divisions up. I mentioned this last episode, and I think we should move at least a few of these up here. Just take some of the ones down here at the bottom. They're not even training either. So yeah, we'll put them up here, maybe 5 divisions total. Make sure that none of these are on this invasion. All right, so yeah, we'll just take these 5 and then send them up here just to protect the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all we'll be able to do. So that's fine. We also might want to go ahead and give a general and get ourselves a field marshal as well. So with our general, I think Patton should probably be leading tanks, a tank army. So I won't put Patton in charge. Could put Bradley in charge. He's also one of our advisors as well, our theorist. So we could put him in charge. He's our best infantry commander that we'd have. He does have that harsh leader trait, which I'm not a big fan of. The division recovery rate of -10 to me is absolutely massive. Like that's, your general should be helping you, not hurting you. He's also cautious. It's at -20% to planning speed. He does have the ability to upgrade here, since he's an engineer, and that's helpful. The river attack, they cross the river attack. That's helpful, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the harsh leader trait. Could do Mark Clark instead. The other option would be Hodges, but he's more of a panzer leader, so I mean, I guess he does have the infantry officer as well. But yeah, I'd prefer him have leading the tanks. Of course, we could start training a good general like Truscott. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Train him up because he has the commando and the engineer, which is super helpful to have. You could also have him do like lead like paratroopers or Marines or something like that. I suppose there's that option to have him like lead the Marines. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll have him lead the Marines, and then we'll start training up. I guess we'll start training up Mark Clark, but I know we need to put Bradley in charge of someone. It's just I hate that division recovery rate penalty. But yeah, you can't just have a level 5 general that you're not utilizing. Yeah, I guess we'll go with Bradley here, guys. And he does have the ability to either get the Fortress Buster or the Scavenger. I suppose we'll do the Fortress Buster. 3% equipment capture ratio gains, not very high, guys. But the attack for the forts would be nice. So yeah, we're going to get the Fortress Buster for him. Alright, excellent. So he'll be in charge there. We do need a field marshal as well. So let's go and get ourselves a field marshal. We have 2 possibilities, Eisenhower and MacArthur. I suppose we'll do Ike because he's overall better. And for his field marshal traits, you could probably only get 1 considering how many traits he already has here. So we should probably do the charismatic. Get that division recovery rate plus 10%. Yeah, that's what we'll get. Charismatic? Yeah, he doesn't have any more. We could go ahead and spend our command power, use it now, I suppose, and get some of our other generals and field marshals upgraded, and get like George Patton. Go ahead and get Patton's Panzer Expert, or you know what, guys? I think we're actually going to go and do the Combined Arms Expert. I was going to do Panzer Expert just because it's Patton, but this one's really honestly the better one. Remember, you typically have more motorized in your tank divisions than you do tanks, and even if you don't, even if they're equal or you have more tanks and like a lower organization unit, the defense is what's important here because it's only increasing defense, and tanks don't have extremely high defense while motorized mechanized do. They have much higher defense, so that 15% is a lot more useful than the 10%, more than you'd expect. So yeah, we'll go with the Combined Arms Expert despite the fact that he's Patton. So we're going to get him upgraded. MacArthur, we'll get MacArthur upgraded as well, and I'm almost wanting to do the aggressive assaulter. Yeah, we'll do that, and I think we might still be able to get the charismatic. Yeah, so we're going to grab that as well. All right, fantastic. So we've got that knocked down. Almost makes me want to go with him as our main leader. He's just much better in attack overall, while Eisenhower is going to be much better in supply because he has both the logistic wizards and the much higher supply here. We'll use Eisenhower in Mexico. He makes the most sense to use there. But yeah, MacArthur's pretty darn good now with those traits. And do we have anybody else that we could upgrade? Well, it looks like Patton still has one, but that's just Guerrilla Fighter. Kind of go through here. We got Hodges, which we'll get the Combined Arms Expert here. Just trying to use this command power. He has the ability to get another one, but no traits that are actually available. As far as him, I think we'll do the Fortress Buster for Truscott as well. And then we have Collins here that just has the Guerrilla Fighter. Okay, so that's good to go. All right, so let's let this play so the Mexicans can get their focus done. We can't see the progress on here, unfortunately, so we won't know exactly when they have it done. And a big part of that, of course, because we're trying to, and it looks like we did rescue her. I must have missed that, I guess, last episode. So let's go and get these guys assigned. So we have Sparrow. I think we had Sparrow down here. Let's go and get her back down there. And then Wolf. We'll get her in. You know what? Let's do the British. All right, excellent. So we also got the improved rubber processing. So that's nice once we get those refineries built. That'll be helpful. So a lot of 1939 techs for us to start knocking out here, guys. And let's go ahead and get the infantry equipment, I suppose, so we can start building those. I know they take longer to build, but you know, they are superior, and it'd be nice to get them built sooner. We also have the medium tanks. Again, you know, the equipment is an issue there. That's why we're gonna wait to get that until we just get some more. We need more military factories, frankly, guys. Looking at our shortages, artillery is still the main issue that I'm seeing here. So let's go and go with 6 factories for the artillery. Does seem like we're still short on the tanks. Okay, trying to get those tanks built for these tank units that we have. We only have the 1 tank unit. Let's go and add another one in there. Get those guys building. Definitely need more troops though, guys. Need a lot more troops. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy this guy here. Need to get him a location. We'll put him in California. Where are we sending this guy again? I'm not telling you. I think Puerto Rico. So we'll put him in Florida. Oops. My bad. All right, so go and deploy him. And where'd he go? We lost him. There he is. He just disappeared for a second. We'll throw him into this army here. And I don't think he's in a port. No. Move him over to Miami and then get him coming into Puerto Rico. If I can just find the damn port. There we go. Excellent. So he'll move over there. So then we'll have 2 of those divisions in Puerto Rico, since I don't think 1 would be enough, and that's likely going to be a location that the British try and hit pretty early. Mexican oil nationalized. Hernan Laborde has been stirring up populist nonsense aimed against our economic interest in Mexico, and now the Partido Comunista Mexicano has passed legislation to nationalize the assets of Royal Dutch Shell, Standard Oil of California, and many other international oil firms. Although their constitution allows this action, international justice demands compensation for the losses suffered by the firms. The oil barons are demanding we act, and we will. So the options are limited and the force of arms must be considered. That's the route we're going to go, guys. So this will actually reduce both our stability and our war support. So our war support's going to be absolute garbage, guys. We'll also, of course, decrease the trade relations, as you'd expect, and we'll be embargoing them. So they won't be able to trade for any of our stuff. I'm sure that's going to hurt them. I don't know how much they're actually trading with us, but considering the fact that we're their neighbor that they can trade with, you know, without having to use convoys, I assume they're probably trading with us quite a bit, so this will probably hurt them. So let's go and do that. This will give us the war goal, so we can declare war on them at any moment now, guys. Let's just see what this here is about. Ease up conscription. I don't think that's going to be necessary to do. Is that the one about peacetime? I'm looking for this, trying to figure out where the hell it's at. It's right here. So yeah, this will change mobilization law to volunteer only, which we are on limited conscription, so that will bring us down to volunteer only. I don't know why you would do that. I think you might have to do that, actually. I think you start getting events if you're not at war and your conscription is too high or something like that. But yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to demobilize. So as far as declaring war on them, could go ahead and do that immediately, and I think that's probably the best way to do this, guys. But we do need to get our fleet here, or else we won't be able to do the invasion right away, which is kind of part of a key part of this invasion and getting it done quickly. So we will need the fleet over there. Of course, they do not have much of a navy. I think they have one capital ship, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say there's one capital ship that Mexico has. We can't see their ships, but we do know they have one heavy cruiser and 5 to 11 destroyers. So yeah, not much of a fleet here, so I don't see any reason to move the entire fleet over there. So we'll grab we'll make use of our new, some of our new carriers, guys. We have the Roosevelt 2A, so we got one of those. So we'll use them and a Yorktown, the USS Enterprise. That'll be part of our new fleet here. We're gonna get them set up with an admiral. So somebody had asked if we could use like the historical admirals in their historical locations. So like we would want to put, I guess King would be in charge of, the whole Navy. So you'd probably just put him in the Atlantic, I suppose. And the Nimitz would be in the Pacific. And then, those are the two main ones. And then after that, one problem with this, guys, is that the majority of the American Navy was in the Pacific, because obviously we're fighting the Japanese there, while against the Germans it was actions against their wolf pack, their submarines. So, the majority of all the best admirals here would be in the Pacific, and in this campaign I assume the Atlantic is actually going to be our main theater. So I don't think that's really going to work, guys. I'd prefer to use them where we need them. So in this case, instead of using one of our two best ones, though, I think we're going to use Halsey, because he's actually one of my favorite American admirals from World War II, and I really like his traits as well. He has this superior tactician, which all the admirals here do, but he also has the spotter one, which is really nice and gets some good upgrades. And then, of course, we have the aviation enthusiast here. Now, King has that as well. But most importantly, he has the bold trait, that increased naval speed and damage. I really like that one, where you look at these guys here, Nimitz has obviously negative ones for the most part. Kings are not bad, they're fine, but they're not. This one, I guess, is a penalty. But yeah, they're not bold. So I really like him, and training him up here early on would be helpful, I feel. So we're going to use him here for our new fleet. And I didn't mean to move all these guys. Just put most of these back. So I just want to take the two out that I meant to take out. Let me get these guys placed back over here. All right, so we're gonna have the two carriers for him, and I don't think we have any really good battleships. Yeah, we didn't get any battleships done apparently. Well, we got one done, but I think he's still training. Yeah, he's still training up, so we'll let him finish training the North Carolina. So we won't have any battleships that are of the higher level, but that's okay. That's not that important. We will want some, though, for helping us out in the invasion if we do happen to face any resistance. We're only sending 2 divisions, but again, I feel like that should be plenty enough. Let's just go and give him 5. And shouldn't have to do it this way. Should just be able to join. And I think that's it. We could give him some heavy cruisers as well, I suppose. Give him like maybe these 2 heavy cruisers, the level 2s. Could do that. And let's get him some screens, and then we'll be good to go. So light cruisers, we'll go ahead and do, whatever we have here. We got some attack cruisers, we have some torpedo cruisers, and 1 support cruiser. All right, so we'll do the support cruiser. We'll do, these guys are still training. We'll wait then. I think we'll just end up doing all of the ones that we have here that are done training. So we're going to put them all into here. And these guys might actually have to, they'll actually have to meet up with them since they were out training. So then we'll also want to get the destroyers going to them. I don't know that we have any level 2 destroyers. It looks like we do. We have a few. So we're going to take those, any ones that we have, and throw them into this one here. And we have some new ones still building. All right, so that'll be 12. And we have 9 capital ships, so definitely not anywhere near enough. So we're going to need to give them a few old ships, unfortunately. It's not that big of a deal, though. Yeah, we'll get them, how many light cruisers did we throw over there? We have 5 light cruisers going over there. Let's go ahead and give him maybe 3 more light cruisers then. Let's do like 3 of the Omaha class ones. We did not build quite as many light cruisers as I thought we would have. That's okay, though. I thought we had a few more than that. And then, we'll just have to do the level 1 destroyers as well. And we will need, so we have 15 ships going to them. In total, you know, obviously we don't need to have a huge fleet for this. It's not gonna be necessary. But yeah, we'll do like 20 something. Yeah, so let's just throw a bunch in there. Again, not really necessary, but our Navy hasn't got to do anything for some time, so get us up to 25. That's not quite enough, but again, it's not that big of a deal. All right, so that'll do a total of 34. I suppose we can throw one more in there, so we have 35. It's a nice number to look at. All right, so this will take them just a few minutes. There we go. They've all jumped in there. Let's go ahead and throw these guys in here to get trained. And we want to move our planes over here as well. Should have already done that when we were doing the ships. Let's just do the ones that are trained up and ready to go, and you know, have full air wings here. All right, so we have an airbase here, but I don't know if they'll be able to reach over there. We'll just use this one. Get them placed over there. So that's our close air support. We could go ahead and throw the naval bombers out there as well. We'll just throw them right here in Louisiana. Throw some naval bombers out there, and then the fighters. We won't throw the cruddy fighters out there. I mean, I guess we could. We got enough space here. Might as well. All right, excellent. So they'll get to moving. We're gonna turn this down just a notch here. Shouldn't take very long to get the planes here. Did get the new artillery, so we'll have to build that. Let's go ahead and get, you wanna do the anti-air and anti-tank upgrades right now? Those are nice passive bonuses. So it makes sense to grab those now. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. Let's get the passive bonuses there. Still need to get the radar as well. But yeah, we'll wait to do that, guys. We'll wait to get the radar. Let's go and get the passive bonuses for the anti-air and the anti-tanks. Not that this will be needed in this particular war, but we know we're gonna want those. So we did get the better artillery, so let's want to get those upgraded. Start putting out some better guns. Now we're just waiting for the planes to get here, and then we'll declare war. I didn't give these guys a planning bonus. That was stupid on my part. I didn't think we were actually gonna do this when I first designed it. So yeah, I never actually gave them a planning bonus, so now it's going to take time to get the planning bonus. We did get the passive defense. Let's go and get the next level. We'll just keep on doing those till we finish. We did get the planes here, so these are here. Now we don't really need the upgrade, guys, or excuse me, the planning bonus. It's not necessary at all to get this. But what I'm thinking here is that we still have the equipment issues. So taking a little bit of time to get the planning bonus and satisfy the equipment issues. Again, none of this is necessary. It's going to be an easy conflict, guys. Especially when we come over here and seize Mexico City from behind them. I did forget to move these guys as well. Once I grabbed the army, I meant to grab our new fleet here. So let's go move these guys over to here. Take them a little bit of time to get over there. And then we should be ready to go. We'll wait till the fleet gets over there, and then we'll do this. Again, it's just Mexico, so it's not going to be a extremely challenging conflict, but there's always the chance that the Mexicans join the Allies and that we find ourselves at war with a larger faction, guys. All right, now it would just be the British and their allies as of right now, but I do expect with everybody going communist that they'll slowly start to join. Now it might take them joining or doing their own wars before they're actually ready. And might as well finish. We got this just about done here. A couple more days, guys. Like 2 more days. 3 more days, I suppose. So yeah, we'll just let them finish it up. And then we'll declare war here. And 1 more day. There we go. All right. So let's hope that the Mexicans don't join the Allies. So this would be to puppet them. We don't have any allies to call except for the Philippines, which is unnecessary. Now declared war on the Mexicans. Let's go ahead and, one thing that's unfortunate is that this is I'll lose control of the troops. That's a bummer. Yeah, if we enact this for them to do the naval invasion, we do lose control of all of our troops. Yeah, it's a real bummer. I don't really want them to attack all the way across here because it's unnecessary. So we're gonna have to remove this. They still keep their current planning bonus. They just won't be able to get any further planning bonus.
Ready to move.
I just don't want to lose control. I don't want them attacking into the mountains and just wasting manpower and equipment that's completely unnecessary. These provinces aren't important. So let's go ahead and set these guys up to do the patrol. Now typically we wouldn't put capital ships out on patrol. Actually, rather than do patrol, we should probably do the Naval Invasion support. And then move over here. Yeah, I should have set them up to do that, but that's fine. It'll take them a second to move over there. Let's go and put our planes into the air. And do an air superiority and close air support. We even do the more ground crews, since this is the only place we're fighting in. And let's see how we want to do this. We will attack over here. These are some easy victory points to get. Let's go ahead and attack there, and we'll attack here as well. And this guy will go wherever he's needed. We'll wait until the attack happens. Here, again, I'm not really interested in fighting here, so we'll likely just, if they want to attack us, they can attack us. We just want to go after the victory points back here. So this guy's got wide open territory, so he'll push forward there. And then we will need to bring this guy down here so we don't lose that air base. More open territory here and here. Just trying to avoid fighting where we can. We will have to go after... Yeah, we'll have to go after... Whereas, there's a river here. Well, we could attack this way. If we attack this way, this would work. I'll send these guys in as well. Again, just trying to avoid taking too many casualties or losing too much equipment in this little tiny conflict. So yeah, these guys will be needed here to go after that base. Could attack here. This is easy CAD division. We're not fighting any difficult terrain here. This is just desert. But I'm trying to avoid the mountains, guys. I have no desire to fight these troops here in the mountains and take those unnecessary casualties. They're probably not even going to attack us at all. As soon as these guys land, we can now send the Naval Invasion. Alright, fantastic. So we'll go ahead and hit them up behind here and go after the capital, Mexico City. We'll go this way. These guys are going to take care of this for us. Try and get it up behind these two so we can easily destroy those. And then these guys will better come up behind them. He'll get that victory point. Yeah, this guy's going to come and help him. Alright, so looking good. We've already taken that air base there. Or about to anyways. Go ahead and move here. And almost there. It does... Well, they might actually have some troops there. Hard to say. They might have also just moved the troops that were set up to defend there. That's a possibility as well. Let's go ahead and move here. That'll cut us off. See if we get there before this guy. 3 days and 0 hours. And 2 days and 11 hours. If you've never watched my series before, I do always try to mention this on a new series. If you've never watched my series before, guys, I do, let's do this guy here, have him stay here. I do manually control almost all of my divisions, so it results in a much slower style of gameplay than what you might be used to watching other HOI4 channels. I do play a lot slower. I manually control all the divisions for the most part. Every once in a while I'll let the AI control it, but that's fairly rare. I usually just control all the divisions myself. I just find it more enjoyable, and my personal goal in campaigns is typically to try and avoid as many casualties as possible. That's my personal goal, is to just try and take as few as casualties. Like that kind of gives me an extra challenge, gives me an extra thing to think about, you know, where you don't need to because you have plenty of manpower. You could lose millions of men and still be able to win. The way I look at it is like my men's lives matter. I care about my men's life and I want to reduce casualties as much as possible. So that's why I control them manually, because if you let the AI control them, you're going to have 2 to 3, maybe 4 times more casualties if you let the AI control it, because they do really stupid stuff. For instance, they'd probably be attacking into these mountains, which, yeah, maybe we'll be able to win, but you're going to take much higher casualties than necessary. So I do try and mention that in these new series, since people who have never watched my content are sometimes a little bit thrown off by it, me controlling all the divisions. And she wanted to enlist. Excellent. So we knew that Earhart was going to enlist here. We're going to read the event, though. As American mobilizes, I think that's supposed to be as America mobilizes for war, we have received an unusual request. Amelia Earhart, the famous aviator who successfully circumvented, I think that's supposed to be circumnavigated, the globe, but not long ago, wishes to enlist in the Army Air Corps as a fighter pilot. She has demonstrated considerable skill in most dogfights, or in mock dogfights, excuse me. But there are many within the military establishment who frown on the idea of having a woman flying combat missions. Should we make an exception in her case and let her join? Yes, we need her. We'll let her join, and we'll put her in charge of, or we'll bring her in as ace, I should say, on our best current fighter wing. All right, awesome. So we got an ace now. Looks like there is nobody here to defend. I think that was the division that was defending, and now he's racing to the front to save his country. All right, so let's go ahead and get behind these guys. Another thing I really like about controlling divisions manually is just funner. It makes the game funner, in my opinion. Now here we would be fighting in mountains, so maybe we shouldn't attack there. We'll just try and get behind these guys, though we might not get behind them because they might be faster than us. In which case, yeah, we would have to attack them, just to lock them down at the very least. But yeah, I just find it funner this way. A little bit more strategy and tactics to it. It's just, I don't know, I enjoy it. I do try and mention this though, because not everybody likes this style of play, and I'm well aware of that. This guy's already going here, isn't he? We'll send him anyways, though. Alright, so we've got them decrypted, and I don't see any reason not to actually use this. A lot of times I'll keep it for the passive bonuses, but this war is going to last about another month, so might as well use it, guys. Might as well use it. So let's go ahead and execute this, get those benefits. 4 days we'll have Britain done. Again. Alright, so these guys should land here any moment. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Let's go ahead and start taking territory. We can also give these guys planning bonuses now and stop the AI from being in control here. So let's give a planning bonus here, and we'll give these guys a planning bonus as well. One thing that frequently gets brought up in my campaigns, because I manually control divisions, people think that you don't get the planning bonus if you manually control the divisions. You do. You absolutely still get it. There is a penalty, though. Every time a division moves or attacks, it loses its planning bonus. And that's regardless of who orders that attack. But if you manually order it, then you lose more of it. You lose more planning bonus for each attack and each manual attack and move order. So there is a penalty to manually controlling them. It's just not what people think. People think you don't get any of the planning bonus, which is not true. Just like to clarify that, because a lot of people don't know that. Alright, so these guys are moving, going after Mexico, using a historical tactic that America used against Mexico. And is this an area that, yeah, we could go after this here. Again, just trying to avoid the mountain attacks, but we can attack right there, I suppose. And hit these guys here. And I suppose we can attack these guys as well. That's not mountains. Alright, so we unfortunately did have to fight these guys here. Alright. That's a shame. That's in the mountains. It's trying to avoid attacking in the mountains. But we'll do that one. Alright, so these guys are going to win the war for us. They're going to grab Mexico City for us. And these guys are going to cut these divisions off here. We can grab this here and then go after that division. I'm actually going to attack across the river because this is going to be so easy to do. Because he's so weak. Let's go and attack here as well. He doesn't get to leave without a fight. We have now fully decrypted Britain again. Let's go ahead and do... I guess we'll do Canada next. I know we need to do major powers, but I'm trying to do the ones that we're going to fight first. Looks like we are losing this conflict here, so no reason to keep it going. It's not really that important. And we'll get some support here once we move there. Excellent. We'll go ahead and keep these guys here. Make sure that all these divisions are assigned here. Yeah, we have 3. That's plenty enough. Let's go here. Oh, he wouldn't be cut off, but he'd probably retreat out to the sea, but we'll see. So we'll let this guy get his organization back up before we attack again. And just trying to avoid... Well, we'll go this way. Just trying to avoid fights where we can. These guys here have been defeated. We got the Federal Housing Act. Excellent. That's a big boost for us, guys. Getting rid of that modifier. And because of the fact that we're at war, despite the fact that we have 0% war support right now, we can do the giant wakes. So let's go ahead and do that while we have this war going. We could also use our political power once we get to 150 to change some things up while we're actually in conflict. But yeah, I think this is the obvious one to get because I don't know when we're going to get war support at 30%. So let's go ahead and do the giant wakes. And that'll change to the civilian economy. So very helpful. All right, let's go after Mexico City now. We are actually having to fight somebody there. They moved divisions down here to stop us. And Yugoslavia joined the Allies. So you can see it already happening, guys. So this is a communist country joining the Allies, so slowly they'll start increasing the size of their faction. Again, we are concerned that the Mexicans will join the Allies, which would be very bad. Definitely don't want that to happen. We could go and push forward here. We might even get there, probably not before him. Yeah, we'd have to fight there. All right, I don't want to fight in the mountains, guys. I don't see any point. All right, these guys did leave the port. Well, that was silly. They do still have a port down here, though, so it's not like they won't have supply. Alright, so we've taken that victory point. Let's go after the next one. Though, maybe we should defeat them first. That's fine. If they go after us, we'll change up. We just don't want to get cut off there. Mexico City is within our grasp. Should have it soon. These guys should be cut off soon as well. They won't have a port or anything. Let's go ahead and go after Durango. Let's have these guys push forward here. And again, just avoiding all these attacks in the mountains. And we'll attack with these guys here because that's not a mountain attack. These guys are going to take this. Let's go ahead and give these a new line here. With also do an order. And then send these guys, they can just come straight over here. They'll take that for us. I think they're closer to being done. Yes, sir. Alright, so don't need those guys here, so yeah, we'll just make sure they go over to that front. Alright, so these guys here in a bad position, they're now cut off from supply. They're trying to reconnect them. We're not going to allow that to happen, though. We do have Mexico City. Let's take a look and see how we're doing on getting them to capitulate. We're currently at 62%. Looking at the casualties, we have 2.6 thousand right now. They have 28.5. So fantastic kill-death ratio. That's the kind of stuff we want to see, guys. We do have some military factories to get assigned. So let's go ahead and figure out what we need the most. Obviously, artillery is still a problem. Anti-tanks are a problem as well. Light tanks are also a problem. Let's put another factory into light tanks, guys. Okay, so the decision availables, we'll go ahead and say we don't need to be notified of any of these. Could do the war propaganda here to get that war support up. And you know what, guys, I typically don't do this, but man, there's not a lot of chances to put war support up. So you know what, I think we are going to do this. Although, one thing we might want to take a look at to see if there's anything we want to change to here. So we can now change our trade focus, our trade law, anytime we want. We are getting that nice research bonus, so probably keep this going for a little while with that factory output and research bonus. But eventually, as more and more countries go communist and go against us, we're not going to have any resources to trade for. So we're going to want to go all the way to limited exports. We can't do closed economy. Unfortunately, that's not an option. You got to be fascist or communist. So we won't be able to go that far. But we will eventually go to the limited exports. But yeah, I won't do that yet. And since it's the same amount of political power, we'll wait to do it until we're ready to go all the way over. And we're not going to do that yet. So don't need to worry about that. And then, of course, this is going to be changed to civilian economy by that focus that we're doing. So don't need to do any of these with our, with the time here that we're at war, which is the best time to kind of take advantage of stuff. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything else we want to do before I take that decision. I believe that's the only one left on here now. Emergency factory conversion. We want to say we don't need to be notified of that. Alright, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do the war propaganda, guys. I don't typically do this, but again, war support's going to be an issue for us. So let's do it while we can. It's not that much of a little power. Alright, so we've got Mexico City. There's still a lot of victory points down here. We'll be reconnecting, or excuse me, connecting. They were never connected. I don't know why I said reconnecting. But yeah, they'll be able to connect that soon. Alright, so got that battle going. Again, just avoiding the fights here in the mountains. These guys pushing forward over towards Durango, which is the new capital. Let's go and attack them here, and let's bring these guys over to this front. And we're actually going to go ahead and, we'll bring them this way. I was going to say that we'll attack them across the river, but yeah, there's no reason to. We don't have to rush that. Let's go and have these guys. We don't want them to reconnect, but let's go and push forward here. We'll see what they do. We can always attack them if they attempt to connect it. All right, these guys can also move. Let's do... Right, they have a port here, so you'd have to attack them there first. They're pretty weak, but it is across a river. Let's just go here and just kind of separate this so they can't send any more troops down here. Let's go ahead and go after these victory points now, and we're going to have to fight this guy, clearly. He's going to try and cut us off, and he's attacking us now as well. Alright, so that's a problem. We might need to retreat back to Mexico City. We'll just pay attention and see what happens there. But yeah, we might have to retreat a little bit, and it'll be fine. Alright, so we have gotten Durango. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and go after this province. Though they are attempting to cut us off here, might need to deal with that. It's 10 days. Yeah, it's not really a problem. We move much, much faster than them because we do control the skies here. But we do not control the skies over here. So let's go ahead and change this up. We're actually going to have her come over here. It looks like she can't reach. Yeah, that's a shame. Do we have any closer air bases? We have one here. So we'll have her move over here. So we can have control of the skies there and get those bonuses down there. right, so these guys here, we're just going to have them both push all the way down
Move out.
just to get this done. In fact, you know what? We don't really need 2 divisions to do this because these are 40 width divisions. This is unnecessary. Just have him come over here. Let's make sure we still have the 5 divisions up here. Just want to make sure none of them move down here because you know the AI sometimes does what it wants. So these guys are going up to the mountain. Can we get there first? 4 days and 13 hours. We could do that. If we can't get there first, then we'll just go here. We can. All right, so we'll do that. Yeah, again, just avoiding these mountain attacks. They're definitely trying to get the hell out of here now. Let's go and attack these guys here. Should be an easy win there. All right. Yeah, everything's looking good so far, guys. These guys are losing, though, so that's unfortunate. Want to make sure they don't come over here and attack behind us. And it looks like one of these divisions came over here, but that's fine. That works, I guess. We did get our focus done. Excellent. Our doctrine. So let's go and continue down these guys. I think we're definitely going to go all the way through the doctrines. Yeah, until we get to 1940 and start working on naval techs again. I think we'll continue down these doctrines. So let's do the... Could continue in the submarines, but you know, let's work on the carriers, guys. And we will use that experience as well. We could have our submarine set up to be raiding here and sinking any trade they're trying to get. So that would be one thing we could have been doing. And I guess we could still set that up. Just throw some submarines down there. Yeah, we'll just take a few submarines. We'll go with the level 2s, whichever level 2s we have. I don't know how many we have here. Looks like a lot. Just go ahead and put them into their... Oh, my bad, guys. I messed that up. I did not mean to do that. Let's move these guys down here and these guys back up here. All right, so we have a total of 20 of these submarines. So let's go ahead and stop their training. And then we're going to split these up into smaller task force. And you know what we should probably do? We should probably change up their icon before we do that, because I think they'll keep this icon here. So these are level 2s, so we'll do... I suppose we're going to do these ones for level 2s, these ones for level 3s, and these ones for level 4. I like to keep them all separated so I know what level they are, easily see it. So we'll do the same here with these guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and split them all off. And you know what? I think we're going to change up their color as well, make them red. Yeah, let's give them red. And they will be submarines. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and assign all of these to cover the sea zones around Mexico. I guess we will go here. Yeah, we'll go all throughout here. And what we could do is go and change these guys off Naval Invasion support. That's not needed anymore. Have them do patrol here, 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 and here in case the Mexican fleet comes out. We'll attack them. And I don't think I set the naval bombers up, so we could go ahead and do that. But we might want to move them now because I don't think they're here. They could be over here now, the Mexican coast, in that port. It's hard to say exactly what port they're in. There's a couple ports they could be in. I guess we'll just keep them here for now. Have them do the naval strike in case we run into anybody. All right. So he's about to get Durango. That might be enough to get the win. Do want to connect these guys here while we can, but he gets there in 3 days. Can we beat him? 3 days and 20 hours we cannot. What about right over here? And that wouldn't connect it. Why don't we just attack them there? That's a victory point. Yeah, we'll just attack them there. And everybody's trying to go over here, I think. We want them to stay on this front. Alright, so we did get a division here. They are attacking us right there. We are defending a lot, so these are them throwing away their manpower at us right now. And I did send this guy this way without going here, so let's go this way instead. Yeah, I don't think we'll actually engage any of their ships out there. And he is attempting to win there. Let's go and get this mountain, and let's get that victory point, which is their new capital. All right, we got Durango. Let's go ahead and just close this off now. So once we take that port, which this division will be assigned to do, then we'll have all these guys that are here cut off from supply. Nobody's located in this mountain province, so we'll go after that. And these guys should be going after that port to cut off these troops here from supply. All right, going well. We do want to keep on kind of peeking at this because they'll probably capitulate pretty soon here. We're at 84% right now. I just like to keep track of the casualties, see how we did on the kill-death ratio. 3.3 thousand for us, 46,000 or 46.7 thousand for them right now. We did take that province, excellent. Let's go ahead and go. We have to get the win here, but we already got this guy going this way. So you know what? Let's actually come up here. It looks like they're about to come after the capital again, so we should probably come up this way, guys. Make sure they don't go after Mexico City and take that from us. Okay, this is undefended. Let's go after that, and here. Grab undefended mountain provinces. And, oh, looks like the fascists won, guys. Yeah, unfortunately the fascists did win here. That's not what I wanted to see happen. It's a real shame. I was hoping to see, the communists be in the Allies. It didn't work out. Sometimes things happen. As soon as you hit play, things don't go your way. It just happens, guys. So it is a shame. Of course, I could add the modifier there to force them to go communist, but it is what it is, guys. They're going to be fascist. So already we're seeing things not go quite the way I would like to see them go. And what is this guy? Oh yeah, he's moving up that way. I was like, why isn't he attacking? Do your damn job. So these guys are almost cut off. We just got to get that one province there, which he is currently defending. He's defending as well. Let's see if he can't get there first. Somebody needs to get there and get this done. He did win, so that's going to take that port. I don't know why these guys keep moving like this. Let's go ahead and have him go after that victory point there. Make sure this guy doesn't cut us off. Not really desirable to fight in the mountains here, but is what it is. We can go and grab that province since it's undefended. And see what we might want to have this guy do. Hey, come on over here. And let's have him go that way. Not winning there. Alright, I thought we'd be able to win there, but clearly that did not work out for us. This guy here, let's have him go over this way, and then he'll attack that way. Just make sure we don't lose Mexico City. Now we can take that province, their new capital. So these guys are all cut off on supplies, so now it's just about a matter of getting them destroyed. So it's going to attack them there and attack them here. Alright, beautiful. So these guys here are also cut off from supply. Yeah, they're also cut off from supply right now. Make sure there's only one division here. Yes, sir. Also make sure that no divisions went up here. Sometimes they like to just find a front to go to. Alright, so we are in Mexico City. And they did decide to not attack that province. Okay. I'm not entirely sure why. They are coming over down here. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. This works out. It's not that big of a deal. We'll still have the two separated here. Just try and get the win there. Hopefully he doesn't go behind us here. Sitting at 1 million manpower, that's nice. Let's go in and grab this province since this guy did leave. Again, just trying to avoid casualties here. We are having a fight there, unfortunately. Alright, so this battle, of course, was a loss. Not surprising. It is into the mountains there. We'll have to attack with these guys to stop them from grabbing that province behind us. Keep these guys here. Maybe have him go here since I think he's moving right over to there. Stop him from pushing forward there. Alright, so he's going this way. He's going over towards Durango, which is unnecessary. But there's nothing else for him to do, so it's fine. Actually winning there, finally. We defeated this cav division. Nice. Let's go and attack him again. No respite. And we'll go attack those guys as well to get that victory point back that they took from us. We have connected these two. Excellent. Let's go ahead and make sure, well, this is going to be a little bit messed up, but we're going to want to stretch this out here. Yeah, this is kind of all messed up, but all these troops are currently attacking, so we won't be able to move them. The one division that's here, though, what we can do is go ahead and just get rid of this line here, and then just stretch this line all the way out, like so. Have him just redo the attack. Alright, so yeah, we'll get rid of these here as soon as I'm able to, guys. What's the division here? Where's he at? Alright, so he can move over to that one. And then that'll allow us to get rid of this. Just kind of clean up these fronts here. Alright, so push him forward there. And I'm surprised they haven't capitulated just yet. We did lose that 1 victory point, so that might be part of the reason why. Attack those guys here. And then these guys can attack over here. Let's just take a look real quick, see where they're at. 90%. 5.9 thousand, almost 6,000 casualties. They're at 54.4 thousand casualties. The decision is invite Japan to join the naval treaties. I don't know why we'd want to do that. Would they even accept them? I mean, they're fascist. And they would just cheat on it anyway. Yeah, I don't know why we'd want to do that. Alright, so yeah, just trying to get those last couple of victory points that we need to get this win here, guys. Could easily defeat these guys. I suppose we will. Go ahead and go after these victory points down here. And excellent, this has already fixed itself. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. Alright, lovely. Let's go ahead and move down here to Mexico City, and probably going to have to move over here to stop those guys, but I don't think we'll get there in time. Looks like we're actually engaging a troop convoy here. So one of their troops went out to sea, and our submarines were able to attack them. Alright, so that was, I guess, a wise decision to put those submarines out there. That one division finished up, so he should be coming to help us out on these fronts. We did get the passive defense. Let's go ahead and do one more. Alright, so let's see how we can wrap this up and finish it. Obviously, these guys are going after the support here. We don't want that, so we need to stop them. They get there in 7 days, so not going to be anytime soon. We can go over here. And we just need to kind of wrap this up, but it's... all these guys are leaving. Can't have that. Alright, so the problem is it's mountains and rivers. That's where our issues lie here, guys. Is in that we're sitting here looking at these mountains and rivers, but they are cut off from supply, so we just need to wait a little bit, and they'll start taking heavy attrition there. Somebody could wrap this up here. Go ahead and have him do that for us. We did win there, and we won here. Excellent. Just kind of waiting for these troops to move. We're here at Mexico City. Can we get here before they arrive? I'm not entirely sure that they're actually moving to this province here. They might be moving over to here. To Morelia. And there we go. Alright, so we didn't get to see the final casualty count, but it was about maybe a kill-death ratio of 9.0 or so. Did pretty damn good. Not bad. Not too many casualties. That's what we want to see, guys. So our focus is to puppet them. But what I really want to do is annex them. What my goal here is, guys, is for this campaign, is that the United States realizes the risk of communism, the threat of communism around the world. So what we're wanting to do is making sure that North America is secure and will never face communist neighbors again. Because, you know, we had a communist neighbor here in the south, we had a communist neighbor here in our north, but they will be communist soon. And so in order to ensure that we don't, you know, face the risk of a communist invasion, you know, especially when all the world goes communist and can use these locations as bases to invade us, to ensure that never happens again, America annexes Canada and annexes Mexico. But that is all. Every other country we will like puppet or liberate. I guess liberate would probably make more sense. Maybe we'd puppet them and then free them after the war is over. That way we can ensure that anybody we defeat helps us in the conflict. But I guess they would all be part of one treaty once they join, you know, one faction. So yeah, we would want to liberate or puppet every other country in the world that we fight. But Mexico and Canada, and those are the only countries, they're going to be annexed. Annexing Canada, of course, lets America finally, you know, combine their states here. Alaska is no longer separated from the rest of the continental United States. Of course, I don't know how Mexico and Canada would feel about becoming part of the United States, but so yeah, we're going to annex all of them, guys. I think this is the best way to do it. We don't have enough war score for that. Nobody else is in the conflict. So yeah, let's just pass until we get it done, man. There's nobody else here. Alright, take all states. Alright, so we're going to annex them, and that will require us to, of course, occupy that for the rest of the game. You know, we'll have to, you know, deal with the problems that come with that in the occupied territories. We'll have the civilian oversight, though. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. Of course, we have the Rough Riders that are going to be occupying that for us. We will need to, and of course, you can see we're still occupying all these other areas as well. But yeah, we will be able to get rid of Hawaii in here and Puerto Rico when we make them into states. If we decide to make both of them, I assume we'd make them into states just for the manpower and stuff. Not really any reason not to. It also frees up the troops here that you have attempting to occupy them. I think we'll keep them on civilian oversight for now. I'm just kind of focus on trying to get the compliance up as high as possible here, guys. But yeah, that is unfortunately going to be the end of today's episode. We did sink 2 convoys here. But yeah, we'll have to get all of our troops moved now. Obviously we don't have the Mexican border to worry about anymore. And frankly, that means we're not going to have to worry about anything in Central South America, because Mexico was going to be the one that was going to cause that problem. They were the ones that were going to attack into Central America and bring all these countries in and bring South America in. But now, of course we have Paraguay. They went communist, and any of these other countries could technically go communist as well. Not Venezuela, I don't think they would. They could technically go communist as well in their focus tree if they so desired, but I don't think any of them will. I mean, you never know with Argentina. They could. They have 12% support right now, but they do have those generic focus trees, so sometimes they do go communist or fascist on those. So yeah, they could go communist, but Paraguay is really the only one, and they're completely surrounded by other countries, so they can't even do anything here. So, and we wouldn't have to defeat them to win the war. So that means that we will likely not have to get engaged in Central or South America, allowing us to focus, which is kind of good, in my opinion, because it just kind of bogs you down in rough terrain. It would have took a long time to conquer here and not allow us to focus on what I really want to focus on, which is the naval conflict. We can just focus entirely on winning the naval conflict, conquering Canada, of course. We do have to do that. And then from there, obviously we have to defend all of our territories here in the Pacific, because I'm sure Japan will still attack us. They just will be in their own faction now. We still have to fight Japan, I think. They just won't be in the communist faction. Though they might actually attack the communists first, and then they'll be fighting the communists as well as us. But yeah, we'll have to fight Japan still. And so yeah, it'll just let us focus on defending our islands in the Caribbean and the Pacific, and getting the naval war won, destroying the British, Japanese, French, Italian, German, and Soviet fleets. So I might have missed Japanese, I don't know. But all the major powers, essentially. We'll get all their fleets destroyed, and that'll allow us to control the seas, and then start our invasions of Japan and Europe. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in the next episode, guys. I think we'll probably have one more episode apiece at this point. Yeah, now that we finished with Mexico, maybe one more episode apiece. And then maybe we'll see war in the episode after that. But yeah, definitely going to be focused on getting this Navy built up, because I'm not quite happy with it. I thought we'd be a little bit more built up than we are. Now, we still got a lot of time, of course. It's not that big of a deal. This battleship is done, by the way, so we can throw him over there. But yeah, not quite as built up as I would like us to be. As far as our number of ships go, we have 282. The British, we don't know exactly how many they have, but a similar number. Looking at the Japanese, their fleet is probably all messed up because of the Civil War. So they have less ships than us. But so we probably have the maybe second or first largest fleet in the world. Just kind of depends on how many ships the British have built so far. Of course, the French have about 100-something ships. The Italians have 100-something as well, closer to 200. And then, of course, you have the Germans, who have lost some ships because of their Civil War. They always lose a few from that, so they'll probably have like 100 by the time the war starts. Same thing with the Soviets here. So yeah, pretty large overall navy that we're going to have to fight. So I'm excited for the naval conflict. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. Got a little bit of conflict, a little quick war with Mexico. Had a bit of fun doing that. I always like these littler conflicts. I find them fun because you get to really focus on controlling your divisions rather than trying to bounce back and forth between multiple fronts. So yeah, I always like the smaller conflicts, especially against somebody who can actually fight back a little bit. Mexico had some divisions. They were able to put up a little bit of a fight. So I had fun with that. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode, and thanks for watching.